Morning. Welcome back to another episode of Renovating My 100-Year-Old Home. Today, what we're going to do is try to finish all the cold water lines except for the showers and and the washing machine because I need 3/4 inch pipe for that. And I don't have the rough-in fixture thing for the showers. But I'm going to finish. I'm going to do the sink in the upstairs bathroom. I'm here upstairs. The toilet, there's a small problem. And it's that the HVAC guys put a return here and my flange is here. And and this return turns downstairs. So it goes down here and into the joist cavity. So my problem is that I can't have it come up from the wall and point out where I need it to, and I can't have it come up from the floor because there's a return under here. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here, but I'll figure that out. The sink is I'm just gonna use this old hole that's here, bring it up and out. And then in the basement, today my HVAC guy's coming and he has his license for everything and he's gonna be telling me where to run my lines for the tankless water heater. So that means I could start running them once he tells me. And then with that, I could start running all my hot water lines. But for now, I'm gonna finish up the bathroom on the second floor here, and I think I have to do some more framing, just one more wall downstairs in the basement, and then hopefully by then the HVAC guy's here and he'll tell me what I need to do. Okay, so down here there's kind of another problem. So here's the return I was talking about. My toilet goes up right there. So that's the toilet issue. And there's another problem I'm having with the sink now. So the cold water is gonna come from that hole right there. And I can't run it out to there and down because there's a window. And I can't run it out this way because there's a beam here. So what I think I'm gonna do is take it down from there, through these two joists, bring it down into this wall, and then into the basement. The only thing is when I do those holes to get to this partition wall, I need to drill them on an angle and then bring them down. But that shouldn't be too bad. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work on it now. Okay, so I got the sink rough and done. Comes down from there, goes 90 down, and into the basement. But now I have to figure out how I'm gonna do this toilet because I either have to buy a toilet that's for where the water supply is in the center of the toilet, or I don't know what else to do. I think that might be the only option. I could put the supply coming in from the center of the back of the toilet, but then you're gonna see more of that, I don't know what it's called, that like metal tube that goes into the toilet. So I'm gonna make some calls and see what see what I'm gonna come up with. Okay, so the conclusion with this toilet is I'm gonna bring it up through the center. So the flange is there. You can't really see it, but that's the flange. I'm gonna bring it up through there, which is in the center. And then when it's time to go and install the toilet, everything's still gonna work fine. It's just you're gonna see that metal tube wrap around the toilet to go to the left side from the center, which is fine with us because it's on the side of the shower. So the only people that are really gonna see it is the people that are using the shower, which is just us. So I think I'm gonna rough that in now because that's kind of the only thing I can do. But it's gonna come up from the wall, so it's not like it's coming up from the floor behind, which is even better. So I'm gonna work on that now. Okay, so I just finished the toilet. I just branched off from my sink one here and goes up. And then upstairs I'm gonna just, since it stubs out from the wall, I'm gonna do a 90 out from the wall. And then that's done. All that's left to do, and there's the shower and the hot water. And I think downstairs I'm gonna go and connect this line to the main 3/4 inch after I go and do the 90 on the toilet. Okay, so this is done now. The toilet comes up from downstairs, 90, and then it's gonna stub out into the toilet in the center. It is what it is. So that room's done. I can't do the shower yet because I don't have the rough-in, like I said. Now I'm gonna go connect all of that line into the 3/4 inch main supply in the basement. Okay, so this is connected now. Comes from upstairs, goes across, and down there into the 3/4 inch line. So that room is done for now with the cold water. I'm not sure about this hot water because my line is here and the tankless is gonna be here. So I have to run my line down there across to here, but I need to know where I have to put all my connections. So I'm gonna wait for my guy to come and he's gonna let me know. But for now, I have to put one more piece of the rigid foam somewhere, tape that up, and I think I'm just gonna start framing that back wall there, or that front wall there, or continue over here and build a little box around this. We'll see, but there's things to do, so let's get to doing them. So my guy just came by to let me know for the tankless what I need to do, and he had to do some more jobs upstairs. But what he said to do is bring my supply line down. I'm gonna do a 90 there, go across, and then stub it out forward with a 90. Then do the same thing here, facing forward, and a 90 going that way. And it's gonna be my hot water. So basically, I could have been doing my hot water this whole time, but yeah, because I didn't need the tankless to be in here while I do it. But anyways, I'm gonna do that. Now that I know, I'm gonna work on it, get my hot water lines in, and keep moving along. Okay, so I just got that roughed in now. Comes down 90. It looks pretty rough right now because there's no framing, then I can't fasten to anything. And it's just gonna stub out here and have the HVAC guy do his thing. And then I can run my hot water one that way and then branch off and do all my hot water connections. But I'm gonna work on that after I have something to eat. Okay, so I can't do any hot water connections because I ran out of 3/4 inch pipe. But tomorrow, that's gonna get done, all the hot water. But what I did now was I added the rough in from the basement, coming up from the main line downstairs, cold water, up and upstairs to the washer. So up here in the ensuite, this is my supply that's going to go into the box. What I had to do here was I had the box initially too low, so I had to move it up. I had some leftover 2-inch pipe, luckily. So I did that, and I recessed, like I just notched out the stud a bit. So this is recessed into the stud, so when I put my drywall, it's nice and flush, and it doesn't cause my drywall to bump out. So I did that, and yeah, I can't start running my hot water yet. So I think that's it for today. I might add some nailers for drywall, like along here. I'm gonna have to add some, yeah, I have to add here. Drywall nailers. And I think there's some spots downstairs too. So I'm gonna do that too to fill in some time. And then I think that's it for today. It's another day here on the job site. During the weekend, I didn't really record. We were kind of just in a workflow that we were trying to get stuff done. So I didn't really record that much at all. But I'll show you what we did get done. So I'll start here. We got these hot water lines. We got basically the whole ensuite roughed in. So these go up. This goes to the vanity over here. It comes here, it turns, goes to the vanity. This one here in the middle goes up here and turns and goes up to the shower. Same with the cold water here. And then this one here goes back into the laundry room. Not the laundry room, the washer. Then here I got the hot water roughed in for the kitchen sink. And today what I have to do is rough in for that bar. I have to do the hot water for this vanity. I have to take up a line to go to my vanity here upstairs, and the shower upstairs, hot and cold water, which I haven't done. And I also, what I haven't done is done the cold water, or sorry, the water for the dishwasher. I have to search up how to do that because I'm not sure. And then the little kitchenette downstairs, I'm not going to take you down there now because there's no light, but I have to do the hot water for the kitchenette downstairs, and I have to rough in the shower, basically all of the bathroom downstairs. I haven't done any plumbing for that yet. So there's a bit to do today. I'm hoping to get all of it done, which is probably unrealistic because there's always something I run into. But that's the hope for today, to get everything done and get the inspection done quickly so then we can move on to the electrical. Okay, so down here in the basement, now that I have light, we have, I think I recorded these. So this goes to, I don't remember. I'm going to label each one like I did upstairs, but these go all to the ensuite. And then these come down from the ensuite as well. So this is the shower, vanity, and laundry. All connect to the main line here. These holes were already in the joists, so we just figured, run it through them. And here there's the supply line for the HVAC, and you can't get too close. You have to leave an inch of space, but it's practically at the bottom, so this hole is kind of perfect. We're gonna put the metal plates in front, so when we put our drywall, nothing should drill through them, hopefully. And then I don't know if I recorded any of the main line, but we have our main line running all along here, and it splits off here to go down there. I think that's where I stopped recording Friday, Saturday, whenever it was. But it branches off to go to the kitchen sink here. Then it goes down, and this is where it gets its supply from the tankless. Goes up here. It's pretty dark over here, but then it stubs out here, and it gets supplied to, this is the cold water that goes into the tankless, hot water that comes out of the tankless here, and then it goes straight. So I'm gonna work on probably this bar first, this kitchenette first. Bring the hot water, all I have to do is just bring it down to there. And then this powder room, I have to do some roughing in for the shower and everything. It's pretty dark. So I'm gonna get started, and like I said, hopefully get everything done today. Okay, so over here, I'm doing the little kitchenette area, and when I do PEX, even though this is the first time I've done it, but what I could tell you, what I've learned, is that you want to think 100 times before you do something. At least as someone who's never really done it before. I've learned it, but this is the first time I'm putting it into use in a house. Anyways, what I learned, again, think 100 times before you do something. So in this case, or in many cases, over there, over here, over there, wherever it is, right? My crimping tool cannot fit between these two joists to go and crimp something back there. So a lot of the times what I have to do is make something here on the floor and then bring it up to where I need to install it and then install it. So in this case, I need to do a T here and go down. But when I do that 90 going down, I won't be able to reach it. So what I tend to do is I make the 90 here, put it up like I said, and then crimp it, because doing everything in there is practically impossible. So I'm gonna do that now. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna do it now. Okay, so I got this kitchenette hot water roughed in. This branches off the main line, comes down, pretty easy line. So I think everything on this side of the house, maybe, yeah, to here, the kitchen, is all done. So now I have to start working on this side of the house, which includes this bathroom, the powder room, the bar, and the second floor bathroom. So let's get started because I want to get done. Okay. Okay, so another thing is done now. I got the bar roughed in. You can barely see that. Branches off from the main here, goes up and 90s up into the bar. Now, next thing is, I think I'm just gonna make my way around. So in the cantina here, there's this copper pipe that goes out to the hose on the side. And I want to do a connection from copper to PEX. I'm going to run a PEX line in here. And I bought this, it's another Shark Bite push fit like I did at the water meter. And I hope it works. This one here, 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch elbow, and it's just a push fit. So I'm going to test it out, see if it works. I hope it does because I want it to work, obviously. But it's gonna go, I think I might have to cut this piece off and replace that 90 with this. And then it's just gonna come from my main cold water line here into, there's a hole already, where is it? Here. And I'm just gonna run it through and use this Shark Bite fitting. So I'm just gonna use my oscillating tool. Can you see me? I don't think you can see me. Maybe you can. I'm gonna use my oscillating tool with a metal cutting blade and just rip through that. And then hopefully it's long enough with the 90 that I have to then meet up with my PEX. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm gonna go in with this. I just found it in my garage. It's like a pipe cleaner, and it has a bunch of metal little, I don't know, shards in it. I don't really want to break this copper line because old copper is pretty delicate. But I'm gonna see if I can put this in here and kind of clean off. Okay, so that tool actually did a really good job. It cleaned it. I'll have to turn the camera like this. Cleaned it really, really well. I'm surprised. But now, I'm starting to notice I don't think my fitting is a big enough 90 for it to reach the PEX from this. That's gonna go in about that much, and it's pretty far from my PEX. Maybe I could bend my PEX a bit, but it's not that flexible. I don't know. Let me see what I can do here. Okay, so I got my connection done. I just pushed it in and that's it. Let's hope it doesn't leak. I don't know how the technology works. If it works, it's great. I hope it works because I used it at the front too. But it's in now. That's another thing done. So now I'm gonna do, there's gonna be a sink and a washer here. So I'm gonna bring the cold water here and the hot water from here. And I'm gonna run them to where they need to go. Okay, so now I'm done down here. We got hot water for my shower upstairs, cold water for the shower upstairs that comes from the main line over here. We have the bar connected. I think I did that in its own clip. This I did in its own clip, the side hose. This is a lavatory sink that's gonna be here. This is gonna branch off and go to a washer. I did the same thing here with the hot water. Goes up here. Here I left an inch. I don't know what it is in other places. Ontario, you need to leave minimum 1 inch between water lines and HVAC ducts, like supplies. And I left more than an inch there. There's also more than an inch going back there, as you can see. And down here is done. I think I just need to do, I'll have to do this bathroom here and the dishwasher for the kitchen. But other than that, the majority, I would say the hard part is done. The only thing that might also be a hard part is this bathroom down here. But I'm gonna get the hard stuff out of the way and then go on to the easy stuff, because that's just how I roll, you know? So I'm gonna work down here. Okay. I'm gonna work down here and I'm getting a call. I'm gonna finish this bathroom and do the dishwasher later. Okay, so for this sink here, I want to tie in that line into my existing line because it branches off down here and runs down and feeds the toilet over here. And I don't want to break any cement and do any connections. So my plan is to put a T here, branch upwards, then 90, and then 90 here. And that's going to give my toilet and my sink both water. And then with this part here, I'm just gonna put a cap on it. And now I'm gonna use the same things I used in the back cantina to feed my PEX to my existing copper line. So I just went out to my local store and I got these push to fit 1/2 inch 90 and a 1/2 inch cap to put over there. So these should be pretty easy to put on. You just push them on like I did with the other one. And then, but first I have to do my T over there, come up, and then 90 there. Okay, so I just got this in. I did a T there, come up with another T. This is gonna go to my vanity. Then I went up 90, and then I used this fitting, cleaned the pipe well, the copper one, well, both of them, I guess, but sanded the copper one down and put that on. Now I gotta clean this one up real nice and put my cap on it. That's gonna be hard because I have no space behind this, so I might have to cut out the styrofoam and then somehow put this in, because I have no room whatsoever. So I think I'm gonna cut the styrofoam and see if it fits then. Okay, so I added the blocking, and now this bathroom is officially done with plumbing. And now I can move on to doing the dishwasher, and that would be the last thing other than my shower upstairs. So I'm gonna see how to do this dishwasher and maybe try to start building the wall for my bathroom upstairs. I need to go buy some more of this 1/2 inch blue, but I'm probably not gonna buy a 100-foot roll because I just need to do my shower. So I might just buy those straight pieces that are like, I think, 8 feet long. And yeah, then what I gotta do is put all the metal plates in front of these, wherever the pipe goes into a stud. I have to put a metal plate against here, or it's in front. So when I go and nail drywall or screw drywall or nail my baseboards down, anything like that, it protects the tubes from getting pierced. But that's later. I'm probably going to work on that Friday because I have to go and buy them, see how many I need. And then that should be done. So I'm going to work on the dishwasher now and maybe tackle the shower. Okay, so I just learned that you don't need to run a plumbing line, like a supply line, for the dishwasher individually. So what you could do is, I have the 2 stub outs that come out for my kitchen sink, and from those 2 stub outs, so hot and cold water, I'm gonna use, I think it's called a T splitter or something like that, where it comes out single and then branches off to 2. And then from there you can make your connection to the sink and then to the dishwasher. So that means that all I need to do now is the shower. And then we're done. Okay, so I just came up here, and it's not just the shower I have to do to be done. So still things I need to do are do a 90 here, 90 in here to go to my washer. I need to bring my hot water to my sink here and then do my shower. So there's 2 more things I have to do before getting to my shower. Oh, I thought we were close. It's okay though. I'm gonna do this. Well, not really. It's almost time to go home. But Friday's definitely getting everything done. Friday. Okay, so I think today's done. I almost got this sink roughed in. I got this ran here, this branching off from the main. Like, everything done, I just gotta put the joints in. So I'm gonna see if I could squeeze it in. If not, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe. I don't need to say, you already know what to do. And see you guys in the next episode. Ciao.